Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about absolute values and additive inverses. The absolute value of a number is just the distance that a number is from zero. So if you take any number x, we symbolize the absolute value by giving these two straight lines right here on either side of the number. So the absolute value of any number x is just the distance it is away from zero. We can take the absolute value of a positive number, and we can also take the absolute value of a negative number. Now we're going to look and see what that means by using a number line. So if we say that x is going to be 5, and then we're going to have negative x and positive x over here, we're going to take the absolute value of both of those. So if we take a look at the absolute value of 5, well, we see, hey, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from 0. So the distance it is away from 0 is 5. And then we take a look at negative 5 as well. And we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, look, they have the exact same distance from 0. So both 5 and negative 5 have an absolute value of 5. They are the exact same distance away from 0. So when we look at it in a practical sense, the absolute value of any number is just going to be the positive value of that number. So if we take the absolute value of x or the absolute value of negative x, you're going to get the same answer, and that is just x. And that played out here. So if we take a look, we had the absolute value of negative 5 and the absolute value of 5. Well, those ended up being the same thing, 5. We call those values x and negative x, we call them additive inverses. So additive means, of course, you're adding something together. Inverses means opposites in a way. So when we look at an additive inverse of a number x, it's the number that when we add it to x, we're going to get a sum of 0. Okay, so if we take a look at 5 and negative 5, well, we know that these two are additive inverses to each other because when we add 5 and negative 5 together, we get 0. In simpler terms, whenever you take a look at an additive inverse, it's just the opposite sign of the same value. So if I said, hey, find the additive inverse of negative 7, well, that's just going to be positive 7, right? So it's whatever is the opposite sign of the same value. That's going to be its additive inverse. When you add those two together, it will always give you 0. Couple of pretty simple definitions to cover today: additive inverses and absolute values. If you've liked what you heard and you want to hear some more, please go and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for me, leave a comment with anything else that you'd like me to go over and see. We got a lot of time to do a lot of math, and so I hope you are taking advantage of it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.